What was I saying?
Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video is just going to be a quick Costco haul. I haven't been to Costco in months, and I've seen a lot of things that they've got in store that I'm going to be on the lookout for. So we just need to stock up on a couple things. Not much today, but I'm going to bring you guys with me and then share everything that I got. Okay, we are back from Costco. I had to take a quick break and actually eat some breakfast because I made the mistake of going there before I ate and everything just looked so good. I was so hungry, but I was actually pretty good controlling myself and not getting too much. I did get 2 dips, which usually we only do 1, but I'll share when we get to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk through everything that I got today, starting with some produce and just how I incorporate it to stay on track with my weight loss and maintenance journey. I was really happy to find a lot of things there that are some of my staple items, so it was nice to stock up on them. One reason we don't like to go to Costco that much is because everything is like 6-packs or like just such big sizes, and it feels like Sam's Club is just a little bit smaller, so it works out better that way for us. But I did get a lot of stuff that we go through, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with some produce. This bag definitely does seem bigger than the one I get from Sam's Club, but this is a bag of Cosmic Crisp apples. I've actually really been liking a different type of apple that I've been getting from the local farmer's market, but I go through them really quickly and I never get enough when I go to the market, so I have needed more. And so that's why I got this bag of Cosmic Crisp. These are 0 points on WeightWatchers, and they've got such a nice crunch and sweetness to them. I have one every single day after dinner, and I'll usually just have it plain after I finish eating. Like instantly after I finish my dinner, I just eat my apple. Or sometimes I'll make it into a dessert and I'll cook them up and add some cinnamon and put them on yogurt, or I'll turn them into apple nachos. The same way that I eat apples after dinner, I like to have fruit after my breakfast and lunch a lot of the times. I'm one of those people that I just crave sweet after I finish my meal, so it's always satisfying to have some good fruit options on hand, and grapes are one of my favorite options. I like to have them as a snack plate with lunch, or sometimes if I have like a sandwich or a bowl, I'll just have some grapes after to, again, satisfy my sweet tooth. But there's 0 points on WeightWatchers. I usually prefer red grapes, but we kind of switch off between red and green. I just feel like these are a little bit sweeter. So got some of these, which will be nice for some snack plates. They look really good. Okay, we needed some more bell peppers, so we just get this variety pack here. I like to chop these up and use them for veggie mix, or sometimes I just need them for different meals. I actually just shared a 7 days of bowls video, and for more than half of the bowls, I think, I added some bell peppers because it's just such an easy item that goes well with a lot of things, and it just helps me to incorporate more fiber and just filling foods that help to bulk up meals, and they're 0 points. So I got this for veggie mix, bowls, stuff like that. And then I also did grab some mini peppers, which I've really been liking these mini sweet peppers for eggs, or when I just am trying to throw together something quickly and I just want a couple. I know a lot of people really like these stuffed and put in the air fryer, so you can put like Laughing Cow in them, kind of make them like poppers or something, which I actually got a lot of Laughing Cow today. I'll get to that in a sec, but maybe I'll just do that because that'll be a nice little snacky thing. Or when we do appetizer night, that would be a good appetizer option. So 0 points for these. And then the other thing I put in veggie mix is always zucchini. This bag has 4 green and then 2 yellow, which I definitely prefer the green, but I can use the yellow for pasta or something. It's really nice to be able to just chop it up and cook it on the stove and then mix it in with pasta. And then it just bulks up the meal a ton, but again, it's 0 points. So I'll use zucchini mostly for veggie mix, probably the yellow squash for some pasta or something, but we'll go through this. Also got some blueberries for yogurt bowls, and I've also been making a lot more like pancakes and waffles, so that's always a nice topping to put on them, especially with sausage, which also I got some of that today, so I'll talk about it. But I just needed more of these as a nice 0 point fruit option. I don't ever really have them just plain. I usually like to incorporate them into different meals, but they also are pretty good plain. And these ones look giant today. I grabbed some Grillo's pickles, so these are my favorite. They're in the refrigerated section, and they just have such a nice, refreshing crunch to them. I love to use these for burgers, sandwiches, also bowls. I used them in the Nashville hot chicken bowl, and it was so good. So I might even make that meal again because it was one of my favorites, and these pickles just add the perfect, nice, crunchy saltiness for 0 points. I didn't really grab much for dairy. I didn't need too much today, but I was happy to see that they had the light Laughing Cow in the 4-pack. So this is a lot. It will definitely last us, but it comes with 4 of these, and they're 1 point per wedge on WeightWatchers. Each one has 8 wedges in it. So I like to use them as like a cream cheese option. Actually, I've got some 2-ingredient dough bagels still made, so I might even just mix one of these up with some chives and use it as like a cream cheese spread. I also use them for pasta, like the jalapeno popper pasta I've really been enjoying. And then, like I said, I might even use them to stuff those sweet peppers and make like a little appetizer out of them. We'll definitely use them for the serving of 1 wedge. Like I said, it's 1 point, 25 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 1 carb, 1 gram of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. Okay, I did get a couple dips like I mentioned, and both of them are from Good Foods, which is like my favorite brand to get dips from. So the first dip, actually, I didn't even scan this at the store. I forgot to double check how many points it is, but it's not in here, of course. Ah! Wait, what? Okay, I didn't scan this one, and I kind of wish I would have because it's 4 points for 2 tablespoons, which is higher than I like for dips. But when I saw this, I was thinking it would make a really good option for like a pasta sauce. It's creamy cheddar jalapeno with uncured bacon. Honestly, kind of similar to the jalapeno popper pasta I made. So I'm gonna try that with this, and we always just like to try new dips, so I thought that this would be a good one, and I'll just figure out different things to use it for. It also might be really good spread on a wrap, even just like a tablespoon with some blackened chicken, some veggie mix, or lettuce or something, and just used as like kind of like a cream cheese spread. And for the serving of 2 tablespoons, it's got 80 calories, 8 grams of fat, 1 carb, 1 gram of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. Then the other one I got is also a little bit higher point. It's 3 points for 2 tablespoons, but Adam really likes this one. It is the Good Foods Buffalo Style Chicken Dip. And honestly, this one reminds me the most of the Trader Joe's one, so it's like a nice big container of it. And it's a little bit more on the runny side. It's not like super thick for a buffalo chicken dip, but 3 points for 2 tablespoons, 60 calories. It's got 4.5 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 3 grams of protein. Okay, a couple random things I grabbed. So I really like all of the Kinder seasonings. I recently shared a video where I went through all of the seasonings I used most, and a bunch of them were Kinders. I can tag that in the description, but this is a new one I haven't seen and one that I think I will use a lot. It is their garlic butter seasoning. This will be really nice for vegetables, for potatoes, also for pasta, garlic bread, all of those types of things. I feel like this is gonna be really nice to add a nice buttery flavor, so I'm excited to try this out and see how it is because we really like their buttery steakhouse, but I feel like this might be more what I'm looking for. Okay, this one is kind of similar to the one I get from Trader Joe's. It is a balsamic glaze. So I think the one from Trader Joe's is 1 or 2 points for the serving. This one is 1 point, but it's got 20 calories, 6 carbs, and 4 grams of sugar in that serving. And it just works so well with fresh basil, tomato, mozzarella, like bruschetta type things. That's what I'll definitely use this for. We just have been out of it for a while, so I pop this in the fridge and it'll usually last for a while. But I got this because we were out of it, and I just had balsamic vinegar lately. I've been wanting to have like an actual glaze. And so this one's just a little bit sweeter. It's a little bit thicker, but works really well as like a topper on things. Okay, moving on to some proteins. I got a big bag of chicken. So this is what I'm talking about where I say like it's like a 6-pack. There are 6 different things of chicken breast in here, and I'll probably end up freezing half and then grilling the other half of them. But I just wanted to do some grilling, especially before it starts getting cold. It's been really nice to have grilled chicken just prepped in the fridge, and all I do is I just mix it with a marinade packet and keep it in a bag in the fridge for like an hour or so. or sometimes overnight if I think of it in time. And then I grill it up outside, and it makes a really nice prepped chicken breast that goes with so many different things. It really does stay nice and juicy. And it's 0 points on WeightWatchers, so it helps me to add a lot of protein and make meals more filling. I really like to use it as an ingredient in bowls, but sometimes if I have a lot, I'll also cut it up and make it into a pasta, or we'll even like shred it and turn it into tacos. And it's just nice to have it prepped and ready. So that's why I got that big bag of it with, I think it's like almost 9 pounds of chicken. But like I said, I'll probably freeze half, use half, and then I'll just have it ready for the next time I need it. I grabbed these chicken bites. So this is the Kirkland brand. They're very, very similar to the Just Bare bites, just a little bit cheaper. They're actually like right next to them in the store. But for the serving of 3 ounces, it's 4 points on WeightWatchers, which is the same as the Just Bare. It's 140 calories, 5 grams of fat, 9 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 16 grams of protein. Usually I just pop them in the air fryer, and sometimes I like to use these for breakfast burritos, especially if I'm trying to make like a copycat Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito. Otherwise, I like to just cook it up and add it as an ingredient to a bowl. Like I recently did the Nashville hot chicken bowl, or just even as like a side for appetizer night. Sometimes we want something with a little more protein, so we'll just make a serving of this and have it in like a dipping sauce. Okay, we had a bag of this from the last time we went to Costco, which I said, it has been months, and it lasted us for a long time, but it was so convenient to have in the freezer, and we really like them. They are fully cooked chicken sausages. The brand is Jones Dairy Farm, and for the serving of 3 links, it's 2 points on WeightWatchers, which is really nice. You can have a decent serving for only 2 points. I feel like usually sausage links are like a point a piece, or sometimes they even round up to like 2 for 3. But for this, you can have 3 for 2. It's 90 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 10 grams of protein in that serving. Like I mentioned before with the blueberries, putting them on pancakes, sometimes I like to do some cut up chicken sausage and blueberries as well. And it's just such a good combo, especially with a little bit of syrup, or sometimes I'll add a little whipped cream, because then it almost tastes like something from a restaurant and it satisfies that craving. But it's nice to have these as a nice higher protein option in the freezer. Then a couple other things that I got from the freezer section. So we go through these pretty quickly too. Sometimes I get the Trader Joe's brand, but I really do like the Bibigo brand as well. So these are their fully cooked mini wontons, and this flavor is chicken and cilantro. Very similar to the Trader Joe's ones with the chicken and cilantro. For the serving of 8 pieces, it's 4 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 130 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 21 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 6 grams of protein. And a lot of the times I'll just cook them up on the stove and steam them, and then we'll have them as a side with like fried rice or noodles. But they also work really, really well in ramen soup. You pretty much just put them into the soup while it's cooking, and then they cook up on their own in there, and they are so good. I just love them so much. So really nice flavor, and if you like wontons and stuff like that, it honestly satisfies my craving for getting wontons out from like a Chinese restaurant or something. It's always like one of my favorite apps, or again, things to add to like soup and stuff. So it's nice to have these in the freezer. Okay, next up, these are one of Adam's favorite things to pack for work because they're just so quick and easy, but they're still pretty filling. They've got some protein, and I actually like to turn them into breakfast sandwiches. I'll usually make like 2 at a time and then cut them in half and lay them out on toast, or I'll put them on like a bagel or something if I make like a 2-ingredient dough bagel. For the serving of 1 frittata, it is 70 calories and 2 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 4 grams of fat, 5 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 5 grams of protein in that serving. And these are spinach and egg white frittatas. They're honestly kind of similar to the ones I get from Trader Joe's, but not as like fluffy because they are in the freezer, but they are really easy. You just pop them in the microwave to heat them up and then they're done. They are gluten-free. And yeah, this one is spinach egg white frittatas with mozzarella. I really like the tomato basil. I was kind of hoping they would have those. They did have a cranberry orange option, but I ended up just getting this because I know we like it. I should have scanned the points for the cranberry orange because I wasn't sure, but we like these. Okay, we were out of jasmine rice, so usually I get this from Sam's Club, but it's pretty much the same at Costco as well. So this is just the Kirkland brand. It's their jasmine rice, and it is a 25-pound bag. So this will last us. It just stays in this closet back here, and then when we make a big batch, we use like 4 cups of it at a time, and then it lasts us through the week. And for the serving of a 1/4 cup dry, it's 180 calories. It's got 40 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 4 grams of protein. Okay, I was so excited when I saw these. I have been wanting to get these, and I haven't seen them anywhere other than the individual ones at Walmart. I heard they were at Sam's Club, and then I couldn't find them. So We've got the Goodles cups. This is the Chetty Mac flavor. We tried these in a recent snack review and really liked them. We've always liked Goodles in general, but the fact that they have a cup like this, which is kind of like Easy Mac. I ate so much Easy Mac in college. It was like one of my go-to quick snacks, or like even dinners. I would try to bulk it up with some things, and that's what I will definitely do with these. One cup is 5 points on Weight Watchers, which really isn't bad, and it always just satisfies the craving for mac and cheese that I have without making an entire box. It's 230 calories, 4 grams of fat, 40 carbs, 6 grams of fiber, 4 grams of sugar, and 11 grams of protein. So it is nice that it's got some extra fiber in there as well, because the pasta is made from chickpea protein. But I was super happy to see these. It is a 12 pack, and it's just the one flavor of Chetty Mac. Okay, these ready protein bars are some of my favorites, especially the peanut butter flavor. This has 12 of each. It's got 12 chocolate peanut butter and 12 dark chocolate sea salt. They're both 5 points on Weight Watchers, 200 calories, 7 grams of fat for the peanut butter, 5 for the dark chocolate, 23 carbs for the peanut butter, 28 for the chocolate, and then they both have 7 grams of fiber, 10 grams of sugar, and 15 grams of protein. I like to have these usually like after the gym or before the gym sometimes. I'll even have like half of one if I don't want the full thing. I've also been putting them on apple nachos, and it's been really good, specifically the peanut butter ones. I just do a half bar for 3 points. These are just a nice option if you're looking for a protein bar that is a little more filling and more like a chewy Quaker granola bar, not like one that has just like a dense kind of chewy nougat in the middle, if that makes sense. So you can see they're more just like chocolatey and like crunchy cereal. So I really like these, and we needed to stock up on these 2 flavors. Okay, I was honestly so excited to see this that we got 2 bags. This is the Vienna edamame, and this one specifically is the Himalayan pink salt. They've got 2 other flavors, like a chili lime and a ranch. All of them are so good. I've tried a lot of dried edamame, and this one is just definitely my favorite brand that we've tried for the saltiness, the crunch, even like the aftertaste. I feel like some of them have had kind of a weird aftertaste and these don't, but they're such a good high protein, high fiber snack. For the serving of an ounce, it's 130 calories and only 2 points on Weight Watchers. It's got 5 grams of fat, 9 carbs, 5 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 13 grams of protein. And I'm glad that it came in a big bag like this, because usually I order them off Amazon. It is kind of pricey for the individual bags, but that's all they ever really have. I've never seen the big bag like this. So I'm happy to see that it's a big bag, because it's also easy to just portion out for a snack mix. If I just want like half a serving for 1 point, that still adds a good amount, still adds some protein and fiber, and it's not having to open up a full bag and add it into my snack mix. I'm excited about this. I got 2 bags. I'm hoping that this is something that's consistently there, because this is something we would definitely stock up on. Even Trevor really likes these. He kind of struggles to get a lot of protein in, and this has been a good way for him to do that. Okay, and then the last thing that I got, these are the Skinny Dip Dark Chocolate Peanut Butter Cups. For 1 cup, they scan incorrectly unless they fixed it by now, but it's 2 points for one. 80 calories, 6 grams of fat, 6 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. They do have chicory root in them, but it is nice that they're a little bit lower in sugar. They've got a little bit of fiber, and these are something that when I don't want fruit after, or if I have the fruit and then I still want something else, I'll usually reach for one of these, because they're only 2 points. They satisfy that craving for like candy, because they really do taste like a peanut butter cup, but with dark chocolate, and like I said, a little less sweet than like a regular Reese's or something. It's always a nice option to have, and I was almost out of them, so I wanted to stock up on the dark chocolate. I've gotten the milk chocolate and I do like them, but I definitely prefer the dark chocolate of these. So I was happy to see the big bag of them. This is one I feel like that's kind of consistently been at Costco. We used to just go there specifically for these, so I kind of forgot about them and was happy to see them there. But that wraps up everything that we got from Costco today. Didn't really need much, but just a few things that will help us to make some meals throughout the week. There was definitely some produce I needed, and then we'll definitely have our freezer stocked, and I think I'm most excited about these. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.